Hello, my crafty friends. A couple of quick things. We are almost to 300 followers on Facebook and Instagram. So if you're not following, I would appreciate you guys go over there and follow us. It's Nancy Stamps 15 on Facebook and on Instagram. That's where I post a lot of my finished cards and crafts that sometimes I walk you guys through just part of it, and then I don't post the finished one, and that's where it goes. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Second thing is the new Stampin' Up! Catalog is live. You can see I'm very excited about it. So if you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I will link my Stampin' Up! Page down below for you guys if you want to order anything. I got a beautiful card from Tracy. I wanted to say thank you to Tracy for sending me that. Tracy is going to be the guest designer for this month on Blue Night Rubber Stamps. So if you have not checked out the new Blue Night Rubber Stamps blog, I will also link that down below for you guys. And yeah, some new goodies sitting on my desk. I can't show you guys yet, but I'm very excited. We have some new stuff coming from kitchen sink stamps as well, which leads me into my current state, which I have here. So I did do a video. I will post that video as well for you guys, showing you how you can cut out images. So what I've done here is these are the SVG cutouts, or basically they're the cutouts for stamped images sent to me through Kitchen Sink Stamps, and you can purchase them and they're fairly inexpensive. So when you buy the stamp set, so just to show you, this is for the multi-step tulip set. You can buy the stamp set. They don't make and sell dies. And I think that's pretty smart on a stamping company because so many people have scan and cuts and, you know, the Cricut and the Silhouette machine. So what this allows them to do is they send you a file, and you can use that file with your electronic die cutter. So if you do have a Silhouette machine or Cricut or whatever you're using, what you do is you cut all the images out. So these are what's left. These are the outlines. And then you put them in your stamping tool so you can see. Let me put this on dark paper so you guys can see. I've saved the outline, and then I've gone through and put this in my MISTI and stamped over it. And as you can see, I did cut out quite a few of them, a couple of them here. And then when I'm done stamping the layers, I pop in the next set of die cuts. So this set had large and small tulips, and I'm going to keep these with my stamp set so that next time I cut them out and I need to stamp them again, I have these nice templates that make it easier to stamp. And you can see it pretty much goes all the way to the edge. So there's no little white halo around there. So I was going to put a little card together. I had stamped out most of these, large and small. And I don't really have a plan, but I thought maybe I could walk you guys through that. Most of my images are stamped out. I think some of the smaller stems are not stamped out, but that's okay. So I think I'm going to start with a plain white piece of paper here, and I have my little cloud stencil. Now I have two cloud stencils, and I wanted to show you guys the difference here. All right, this one is from My Favorite Things, which is the one I did use the most, and it has, I think this is number 1. Hold on. It says Cloud ST-99. So it has some smaller fluffy clouds, and then as you turn it, it gets a little larger, and then it has some smaller ones here. These are some wider medium size edges, and so on. So you can turn this, and both sides are pretty smooth, so when you're done inking it, you can wipe it off. This one is usually sold out. It's a little harder to get, and I know they have another cloud stencil. So this one is from Blue Night Rubber Stamps, and this is the one I've been reaching for more often for two reasons. One, you have the blue, like the wider clouds, I should say, on the left, and then you have the thinner clouds on the right. Two, it's a little bit longer, so if I do need to tilt it or move it around my paper, it's longer, so it's protecting my paper, where this one, if I kind of tilt it, I have to be careful that I don't go off the edge. And the other reason is this one flips over and it creates waves, and I don't think a lot of people realize that those could be waves or mountains, you know, depending on what you're doing on your background. So I can make this a mountain, move it a little bit over this way and make that a mountain. So, or like I said, make waves. So this is a dual purpose stencil, and it does, again, have a smooth side and it does have a matte side. Very easy to just wipe clean as well. So, but I do like that this one has the thicker and the wider and the more narrow, closer clouds on this one. So I do use both of them interchangeably. So we're going to start off with that. I have my new ink pad Seaside Spray. And I'm going to use one of my handy dandy little $5 makeup brushes here. I'm just doing a really light application. You may not see anything right away as you're applying the clouds. That's okay. You want it to be super light. Okay, so there I have my cloudy sky. Very easy to do. Okay. So then I was thinking about I was going to do a small basket and then a larger basket, but I think I'm going to just do a larger basket. And maybe actually, you know what? I think maybe I'll do the smaller basket and maybe put the smaller tulips coming out of the smaller basket. And then having the large tulips in front of the basket. How's that sound? Let's try that. So this is the 3-step basket stamp set from Kitchen Sink Stamps. So it's going to give us layered baskets. I'm going to start with the most solid layer. And this is the medium basket. So there are 3 size baskets. We have the larger basket, the medium basket, and the smaller basket. And it's 3 layers. So I'm going to do the most solid layer on the medium basket. And the color ink I am using is Sahara Sand from Stampin' Up. And that is not supposed to be there. It's a piece of brush, so that's okay. These things happen. Good thing it's only the first layer. Okay, the second color I'm going to use is Soft Suede. And we're going to go in with layer number 2. And then for layer number 3, which is the final layer, we are going to use Early Espresso, which is a very dark, dark brown. Wow, that looks cool. Okay, so I think we're done with the baskets. And don't worry, yes, I will link the stamp sets for you guys as well. So now comes the fun part. Let me put some green on the ground here. Okay. You see how cool that basket looks? Ooh, what is that? Okay. So, yeah, I was thinking some of these bigger tulips could be in the front. Now these little guys I haven't stamped those out yet. So I just have to stamp out the little petals, and I probably will cut them and move them down for these guys. You know, something like that, and then stamp out a sentiment and put it all together. So I'm not going to keep you guys on the line. Let me stamp out these 2 stems, and I will come right back when we're ready to put it all together. Okay, guys, I'm back. I stamped out the rest of those stems, so now we have plenty of stems and plenty of tulips to put this card together. I just love how realistic they look. You know what I need? I need a windmill, so I could do like this Holland kind of look. Okay, so I'm going to start with the little one up front here. And because we want it to look like they're coming out of the basket, I'm going to cheat a little bit. Take my X-Acto knife, and I'm actually going to cut a slit into the basket. So let me move all this out of the way. cheat a little bit here. So maybe we'll just do 3 coming out of the basket. This one a little lower. We'll make that one look like it's fresh. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now we'll just put a little bit of glue on these guys. Okay. And then we'll put our tulips on. Okay. We got Chris Young singing in the background. I saw Chris Young years and years and years ago. He was at like a county fair. I think it was even a free show. And I said to my cousin, I said, he's going to really make it. And that was a long time ago. I would say it was over 10 years ago. And now I love him. He's definitely one of my top country artists. I mean, I loved him back then, but I mean, he's just so great. Just love his music. Okay, so we have our little tulips on there, and then what we can do is snip our little stems off here. Just so they're not sticking out. Have something on the card there. I don't know what it is. It's not coming off. It's like glue or something already. Anyway, so we could leave it like that. Super cute, but I want to put some more tulips on here. And we're going to put these bigger ones. And I've used different colors of green ink. So even though it's the same stamped image, you can see one was done with Hero Arts ink. One was done with Altenew inks. Just to step it up and change the colors around. And these are layered. So you have like 3 or 4 different layers to the stems as well, which really give them that kind of realistic look. And I'm going to put these guys off to the side over here. And then for this one, I'm just going to cut this bigger leaf off for now and just do the smaller, thinner one. Move it down a little bit. And we'll just do 2 of the tulips on this side. And if you wanted to add another one, you could. We can glue that leaf back on and just cut it off at the bottom. I'm just moving it down here. There we go. Then I have my card base made up with this little piece of navy. Put a little glue on my stems so they don't come off. And then we can just stamp our sentiment right on top there. But I haven't decided what I want for a sentiment yet, so I'm going to leave that blank. The other thing you can do is stamp it on a scrap piece of paper and then put it over the top there. But for right now, I'm just going to put it in my when I need it pile and stamp it then. So what do you guys think? So that's using the SVG cutout files for kitchen sink stamps on multi-step tulips. I believe you can get an SVG on all of their stamp sets, which makes it so cool. So to me, it's worth it, especially with layered stamps. You know, you got to be a little more careful when you're stamping them out, but if you're able to get them cut out, it really does look realistic. I mean, that basket looks like it's a 3D basket sitting there with these flowers popping out of it. And then that's going to drive me nuts. Where'd my mono eraser go? You know, and then putting the little clouds behind it. So it really does look like a little basket of flowers there. So there we go, guys. If you have any questions, post them down below. I will put the link for you for the kitchen sink stamps and the new Stampin' Up! Catalog. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. If you like this video, I appreciate your thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, click the little button over here and the bell when it pops up. That'll give you notifications every time I post a video or I am on live. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to join us on Facebook and Instagram at Nancy Stamps 15. Bye-bye.